So this morning we're in the village of Goray in the Vinnytsia region of Ukraine, where we interviewed Adolf this morning. Patrice, what can you tell us about Adolf's interview?
It's an interesting interview because it mentions a place that was not mentioned in the archives, and according to Adolf, some Jews from south of the region, Jews from Chernovitz region, were brought here. And what is surprising, not that much surprising, but specifically in this village, Jews seem to be allowed to live in villagers' houses and to exchange some food and to even to work in the kolkhoz, which is not very common in this region. And some of them, according Adolf, our witness, died. Still from maybe hunger, maybe disease. He said like about 2 dozens of Jews, and they were buried here.
They were buried here just behind us in this area, roughly.
Yeah.
So Adolf explained that the Romanian occupiers didn't come to the village that often to check up on the Jews here, did they?
That's what is very surprising. Even according to him, even the policemen were not very cruel and were not even checking what the Jews were doing. So the only thing, we have just one witness here because it's a very small village, but still it's the only information we have about that. And still Jews died and were buried here.
And we can see there's actually no memorial at this spot at all.
So Adolf saw the Jews transporting the corpses on kind of like small two pieces of wood and transporting to here. And what is also very uncommon, they would bury in like random tomb.
Single graves.
Grave.
It's not a mass grave. Each victim has his own.
Yeah, and they even would put some small stones on each grave.
Keeping with Jewish tradition.
Yeah.
So last question, what can we say about the difference in organisation between the Romanian occupied zone and the German occupied zone then?
I would say that it's we can say that it's not as systematic as under German occupation, because, for instance, in this village, Jews were quite free in a way, and maybe more free than in other places. So you would have a village close by where the situation is very different, and the Jews would be living in a very hard condition and would be dying. A lot of them would be dying, and here you have a place maybe safer in a way, and so that's quite chaotic sometimes.
Okay, thanks. Well, Adolf's testimony will be made available in evidence, our interactive map at yahadmap.org.